Well, the partnership that we have with the African institutions at the continental level, but also at the regional level, is extremely important. The African Union, IGAD, SADC, ECOWAS, but also much of our work on the African continent is looking at the issues around conflict and insecurity. And there's a very different side to the African continent as well. High levels of economic growth, people who are themselves working to build the resilience of their communities, governments that are taking increasing responsibility for tackling issues around disaster preparedness and disaster management, and people who regularly do amazing work on humanitarian issues and simply aren't recognised. So part of tonight was about recognising the very strong partnership we have with those African institutions, recognising the important work that African people themselves are doing in terms of taking ownership for what is happening in their communities and for what they want to see for their future and the future of their children, and recognising the tremendous steps that African governments themselves have also taken.
It's a known fact that most of the aid, the support that comes from the UN, about 70% of it goes to Africa. And we have 15 million people as displaced refugees, internally displaced persons. But the African people, the African Union, our member states, our regional economic communities have also been active, have been doing what they could to prevent, where possible, to reduce this crisis, conflicts. Natural disasters we can do very little about, but respond. But we believe that when we coordinate with everybody, the UN, our member states, the private sector, the civil society, then that combined synergy would go further in alleviating the problem that the continent is facing.